Bookbound Mama, and I am so excited to be here and finally be recording this. I cannot think of a better way to start this channel than with the adorable Love Monster by Rachel Bright. Love Monster is a slightly hairy, bit googly-eyed monster who lives in the land of Cutesville. Love Monster is surrounded by adorable fluffy bunnies and kittens and puppies. Love Monster finally decides he is going to set out and go look for someone to love who will love him back just the way he is. So Love Monster makes a plan, he packs his suitcase, and he sets out on his adventure. As the reader, we get to follow him as he looks for love. We see the struggles that he faces and, of course, the happy ending. Love Monster is quite a popular book. If you have not read it, I highly recommend it. Go check it out from your library, borrow it from a friend. We love having our copy of Love Monster. It is a well-loved copy. There are other books in the series as well. Love Monster and the Perfect Present, Love Monster and the Last Chocolate, Love Monster and the Scary Something. There is a fifth book in the series, Love Monster and the Extremely Big Wave, which we do not own yet, but I did get to hear the author read the book out loud. It is just as heartwarming and sweet as all the other ones. I am a huge believer that picture books are for everybody, especially the really good ones, and this is one of those. I love that as we are introduced to Love Monster and see his journey, it is just such a sweet story to read to kids, but whatever age you are, I am sure we have all felt those times where we feel left out, we feel like the one who's different, or we feel like everybody is catching on, whether that's a friend connection or a love connection or getting the job or whatever it is. Sometimes we have all felt that feeling of being left out. And so I just adore the way that Rachel Bright has presented this, a story we can all connect with, and that can give some hope and also remind us that sometimes there is a path and a journey, and it might not always be the path that we set out for, but we will get there. One of my favorite parts about these books is the way that Rachel Bright, who is the author and illustrator, chose to do the font. I just think it is incredible. I would love a peek at how Rachel Bright does this amazing work. Her art and her font, her stories, everything is top notch. I recently listened to an interview with Rachel Bright. She is just a wonderful person, very inspiring to listen to, and she has created so many beautiful picture books. This is just one series of so many. I cannot recommend her highly enough. If you're interested in hearing more about books, I will probably be talking mostly about kids books, picture books, maybe some YA books, occasionally an adult book. If that's something that interests you, feel free to subscribe. If you've heard of Disney bounding or costume bounding of any sort, historical costume bounding, it's a phrase I recently learned about, which is just the idea of taking just elements of a character's outfit. So instead of fully trying to dress like that character, like someone would maybe on Halloween, you're just taking elements that give a nod to that character. So you can wear an outfit that you would wear in your everyday life, or maybe if you're a teacher or a librarian, it might be fun to do this. And I have never heard of it specifically. I'm sure people do it with books. I'm not on the social media, so maybe I have missed some huge thing that has already happened, but I love the idea of finding new ways to connect with books, and this is just one of those ways with book bounding and finding little pieces of a character to bring into an outfit. So today I have my googly-eye earrings, I have a red sweater, I've got a little bluish purple heart like Love Monster. I also went ahead because I couldn't help myself and I made a monster teddy. So cute. Thank you so much for being here. I love being able to talk about books and share them. So grateful to have a couple of places to do that. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.